Hello and welcome to this lovely, gentle, relax and stretch. So have something nice and squishy because this is one of those proper, big, gentle, squishy, good nighttime numbers. So make sure you have something that you can use to just unwind that little bit more and to take some of that stretch out so that we don't go that bit too deep. And you always have the option there to take it away. So we'll start with a few breaths here. Just take your gaze nice and low or close your eyes. We'll take a big inhale through your nose. And exhale. Let it all go. Big inhale. With this inhale, we'll take our hands high, big stretch here. You might even want a wee back bend here. Exhale. We'll let those arms come down. We'll take a gentle twist to one side. Exhale, just to open up a little bit more. Now, if this is too soon for you to take this stretch, just take that back hand away. Move it about a wee bit, ease on in. You don't need to stay there for a stretch if that's a little bit too much. Ease in and out. We'll take a big inhale here, reach your hands high again. Exhale, coming down to this side. Now if this feels nice for you, stay here. If not, we can play around with rocking the body a little bit, removing that back hand just in and out, easing everything off. And then we'll take a wee crawl over to our squishy thing. Pop it right in front of you on those knees. Come down for a little ease. This might even be too much just now as well, so you might want to pop it up on top of your legs and come down for a little bit more of a stretch and an ease off this way. Find where works for you with that little bit of support and just take the time to enjoy. Don't need to stay still here, you can move it around. Sometimes when we stay too still in a stretch, it has about a little bit of a counterproductive feel because we don't want to push any more stiffness into that area. You might want to take your squishy thing round to one side and play about with a little bit of a twist here in this fold. And feel free to take it a little bit deeper if you wish right now. I'm going to stay a little bit higher and ease off a wee bit before we do any of that deep stretchy. And going round to the other side if you're taking a wee exploration here. Easing in and out. Coming back to a more centered position here. We'll take a wee crawl back, open up at the chest here with an inhale. Bring that neck forward. And with your next inhale, you can either stay here and open at the chest again, or pop those hips out for a little additional stretch there. And we can come back down again. We'll come onto all fours, bringing our squishy thing with us. Take a wee minute to bump your hips from side to side. And I'm going to use this just to relax my head on as I thread the needle a little bit. So I'm going to take one arm, it doesn't matter which one. Inhale it high to the sky, and as I exhale, I'm going to thread on through and just soften my head down on my support here. But if that's not nice for you, you might like it underneath that shoulder that's near the ground, or not at all, and that's fine. Pick where works for you. You might want to go a wee bit deeper by picking the opposite knee to the shoulder that's on the ground, taking that opposite knee off the floor there. Then you can take a wee hip shimmy here, we move around. Taking a few moments just to ease on in. Replacing that knee here, we'll come up with an inhale, counter twist. And exhale, back into all fours. We'll go for an inhale on the other side there. Big inhale to open. And exhale to thread that needle, utilising your squishy object wherever you want it to be. Under the head, under the shoulder. And if you wish, you can take the opposite knee from the shoulder that's on the ground, popping onto the ball of your foot there. You can shimmy your hips a little bit, side to side. You don't need to stay still here. Placing that knee on the ground, we'll take an inhale for our counter twist. And exhale to come back to center here. And moving your knees either closer together or apart, or you can even do a little bit of both. Take your preferred child's pose here. Again, if you want, you can bring your squishy object in here if you don't want to go too low. Opening up. So if your knees are further apart here, you'll feel it a little bit more in the hips. If your knees are closer together, you'll get a little bit more of a stretch in the lower back. Just go where works for you. Sometimes the knees together can feel a little bit too squished on your tummy. And that's okay. Just take yourself back into a wide knees child pose, or even into a down dog. Find your comfort and take a few breaths. When you're ready, we'll just take our squishy thing out of the way, come back onto all fours here. Take a moment just to come back into your child's pose, push your hips back and walk your hands to one side, it doesn't matter which way. Pop one hand on top of the other and let the head sink on through. Breathe into that side that's outstretched. Letting the head fall through and feel relaxed and easy here. And when you're ready, we'll walk on over to the other side. Popping that hand on top of the other, the head falls through. Big deep breaths into the rib cage there that's stretching on that side. Let the head and neck be easy here. Crawling yourself back up again onto all fours here. We're going to tuck the toes, lift the hips up high with an inhale, and find yourself in a little bit of a plank position. We're going to take one foot back, inhale, exhale, and draw your knee in and underneath you here, nice and easy. Don't go anywhere that brings you discomfort. If you feel like popping this buttocks down to one side is a little bit more comfortable for you, that's fine. Or you can bring your squishy object and pop it underneath. Don't go anywhere that hurts your knees at all. And find a wee moment just to relax into that stretch to whatever works for you. And when you're ready, we'll ease on out of this one. We'll take an easier route onto the other side as the plank takes quite a bit from us, and that's not really what we're here for today, is it? So soften down onto that hip that is closest to the ground. That way you can circle your legs in front of you by leaning over to that side as well. And then we can just spin onto that other side. So bringing the opposite leg back, this one comes in a little bit, and we can do the same again. So I'm kind of sitting on my hip here, leaning to this other side now, and I can bring myself more into that pigeon position here. If you want, you can take your squishy object, pop it on the other side of that buttocks if that's nice for you, if that keeps any tension out of your knee. And just find yourself going to a place that works for you. That might be a little bit left, a little bit right, more centre. Just find your place and breathe. And when you're ready, we'll come to a little bit more of a centered position again, bringing yourself high, sitting down onto that hip, allowing you to open up a little bit here. We'll just take a little side stretch, so bringing one foot in, the other leg comes out beside us. We lean away from that leg just to ease ourselves away, and then we can come on down towards this leg. If that's a little bit too much on your spine, bring this cushion in and take a few nice big deep breaths here. Don't fall down too soon, and keep this dynamic. You can go for a little shake from side to side, easing a little deeper with every breath, only where it's comfortable for you. If you want to get rid of the squishy thing and really go for it, that's absolutely fine. Don't let me get in your way. This is your practice. Find where feels good. What do you need to do? And when you're ready, we'll pop that same movement over to the other side. So bringing the other leg out nice and wide. We'll tuck this one in, leaning up and over the opposite way, giving us space to up and manoeuvre towards this leg. And we can utilise this wherever is nice for us. Maybe it's on the thigh, maybe it's on the above the shin. Or maybe you don't want to use it at all, and that's absolutely fine. Easing in with every breath. When you're ready, we'll take this cushion, squishy piece of equipment and take a wee crawl back. Inhale, exhale. We'll go for another forward fold here and take a few big deep breaths. If that's not so nice on your knees, feel free to pop your legs out in front or to find another position that works really nice for you. You might want to go for a wee down dog or another child's pose. Or you might be up for another plough. When you're ready, we'll take a little crawl down onto our backs. We can use our cushion for some support. You can stay seated for your breath work, or you can come down here. Take the option that suits you. Wherever you are, just make sure you're nice and comfortable. We'll take a few big inhales and long exhales. Big inhales. And really melt away with this exhale. Let everything fall through the floor. Pay attention to what's going on around you here. Pay attention to your breath. Feel free to stay here if this is nice for you. If you want to sit up for your last few breaths, just find your way there in the easiest way possible for you. If you're sitting with me, keep your gaze nice and low or close your eyes. Pay attention to how every breath makes you feel. Every inhale, every exhale. With your next inhale, we'll send those hands high, reaching all the way through. And with your exhale, you can bring your hands down to heart center, tummy, or just leave them be here, relaxed on your legs. One more big inhale through the nose together. Long exhale. Open your eyes. I hope that has you feeling really good, really easy in your body, relaxed, and ready for whatever is ahead of you. Or ready for a lovely slumber. I will see you next week. Have a wonderful week.